criticism about you being in a full-blown recession. Do you have any concerns about your government's popularity softening at all?
Fundamentals of the economy are incredibly strong, as we saw. Canadian workers powered 88,000 new jobs this morning, particularly in construction and manufacturing. That's incredibly good news. It sends us, I think, very happily into the weekend.
When do you think the House will rise?
I don't know that. There's an old saying, the government opens the House, the opposition closes it. It's going to be up to them. We have a lot of work to get done yet, though.
Excusez-moi, juste savoir comment vous voyez-vous les interactions entre M. Garnett et le caucus. On a vu un papier hier dans le Star là, disant que centraliser.
C'est sûr que M. Garnett a de grandes attentes, mais nous avons un caucus soudé et très fixé sur les objectifs ambitieux qu'on s'est fixés.
Can I ask another discussion quickly? The government had previously said that it would table legislation shortly after the consultation period had ended. That was before extending it. So I'm curious, how close was the government to finalizing that legislation?
We realized that there were a number of voices that we wanted to make sure were heard. We know that there's a lot of ambition in all of these discussion papers, and we want to take stock of all of the advice we're getting from Canadians.
Were you prepared to table legislation as early as next week, for instance, if you had extended the consultation period?
Look, we're always exploring options, but no decision on introducing legislation is ever made before it's made, speaking as the government House leader. So we wanted to make sure that we heard from all of the voices who had indicated to us that they had an interest in the issues. Yep.
The economy, given the fact that we're in this technical recession now, Minister Champagne is trying to show that the government's doing something to address affordability with this top-up today. What do you make of all this?
Well, Canada is in recession. It's very clear in the numbers that we're in recession. What we're seeing in the job numbers is that we're significantly worse off than the pre-pandemic averages. Youth unemployment, for instance, is 2.5 points higher than the pre-pandemic averages. The pre-pandemic average for unemployment was 6% at 6.6% today. So we are seeing on unemployment continuing poor performance relative to our pre-pandemic position, and we're also in a situation where we continue to be in recession. So the month-over-month data looks a bit better, but if you look at where we are from the beginning of the year, 24,500 fewer Canadians employed today than were employed at the beginning of the year. So we shouldn't accept a lower baseline as being the normal in Canada. We should be working our way to be back at where we were, at least at those pre-pandemic levels, and we're not there.
Do you think this grocery rebate that Minister Champagne is highlighting today goes far enough? What else do you want to see on the affordability side?
Well, again, it's clear Canadians are struggling. We've put forward constructive proposals to help Canadians get back to work that substantially address the affordability challenges that people face. The government's putting out gimmicks, but they're not really solving the problems. And again, coming back to my portfolio, which is the jobs area, we're seeing a situation where we're significantly below where we were in those pre-pandemic averages. So, you can cherry pick the month over month, but if you look at the comparison to the pre-pandemic averages and to the beginning of the year, we're down 24,500 jobs from the beginning of the year. So I think a lot of Canadians expect us to achieve better. Thanks.
The economy, the job numbers being released today better than expected. What do you make of the criticism from the opposition that your government is in a full-blown recession and not doing enough on affordability?
Well, I'd invite them to read what the CD Howe Institute said this morning, which said that that's premature. And I think we have a Canadian economy that is actually, today's numbers show it, growing jobs faster than the United States. We have also, as you know, reduced the number of immigrants to the country. We had a net population decrease, and we've reduced government spending, which both lead to having lower GDP growth than otherwise would have been. But the GDP growth per capita was actually pretty good. So again, we're growing the economy, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time to transform it, and we're transforming it faster than any other government in recent memory.
And the U.S. hasn't renewed CUSMA. What do you make of that? They still haven't done it yet.
I mean, CUSMA still exists. CUSMA, I hope, will always exist because Canada, the United States, and Mexico need to have the closest possible trading relationship, that can be, and free trade is better for all of us.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
What is your reaction to the International Space Station potentially being evacuated?
You know what? This is my last day on the Hill, so I've been cleaning my apartment, so I haven't even heard about it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can we also just ask you about the state of the economy with Champagne announcing, the GST top-up? How do you think things are going, especially with the Conservatives accusing your government of a full-blown recession?
Well, as I understand it, the report that just came out either today or yesterday said that there were 88,000 jobs created in this country, so I think that's a positive sign. And I think that, the fact that the Prime Minister right now is at 50% in the polls says that people actually think he's doing a pretty good job. So.
And do you have any message to Canadians on your last day?
Just thank you. I really enjoyed being here, and I thank the folks who were in my riding and certainly all Canadians for the opportunity. So.
Best of luck. Thank you.